Am I allowed to?
Yes.
One of the big things we've done in the last couple of years is developing and expanding on the Archetype system. And in 2K18, the Archetype system will be expanded and deeper than it's ever been.
Oh wow, 2K18. Before we get into 2K18, I think one of the biggest challenges we faced this year in 2K17 was just balancing shooting. So we went back, reviewed all the past shooting systems in our games, all the way back to 2K11, took all the good things that we liked about all those different systems, and we put together what I think is the best system to date for 2K18. And we're so excited for you guys to try it out in September.
Yeah, we talked to some of the devs and they were hinting about certain things, but I want to get the lowdown from you. And let's start with Archetypes, because the devs mentioned that there'll be a strong focus again in next year's game.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that were so special about Archetypes, to have these different play styles was something that the tournament, you really saw these players playing these different roles, and it really made the game more competitive. Now, balancing the archetypes, that's the bigger challenge, that's the bigger question, and I don't envy the gameplay team for going in there and trying to figure out how to balance these things, but we've heard a lot of community feedback. I think we're in a good spot in terms of where we're heading down the road with Archetypes.
And speaking of community feedback, we've heard a lot about shooting, and Mike Wang mentioned a little bit about what's going to be changing with shooting next year.
Yeah. So shooting's something that the community has been talking about all year long. I think ever since the introduction of green releases, a lot of fans have a lot of different kind of feedback about that. I think they've kind of learned to use it as a crutch. Like if I learn my release and I think the bar is filled up, I should make that shot 100% of the time. But we were seeing a lot of really high shooting percentages, high 60s, high 70s, even some of the high 80s and 90s in Pro-Am. I think when we start going forward into 2K18, I'm really glad that the producers are looking towards what made shooting fun and realistic in previous games, because there has been a lot of, differences game by game on how